It might be working. Kilo Sierra.
I'm sorry, say again.
It sounds like it's working. K6US.
Yeah, just got in here. Just got everything all switched over. Yeah, sounds like it's working. Okay, good. Good evening.
Yep, good evening, Mike. Yeah, just getting stuff started. I'll be hanging out until the net. K6US.
We'll see you in a few minutes here. Woke up at 20 after and just had to eat something. Okay, 222 Bozo Net, K6MYC, beaming in the Bay Area.
Kilo 6 Uniform Sierra 1079 and Bozo 1100.
Yep, gotcha.
And I just remembered I should be writing down numbers for Rob, so let me get my notepad up. K6US.
Okay, K6US, 1079 and 1100. Brittany there, K6MYC. And who else do we have in here this evening? Hopefully we've got AA6 Sugar and WA6. No, they don't have this equipment anymore. They sold all their 220 stuff. So who do we have? Well, I'm looking towards Santa Cruz. I could probably come back a little bit towards Santa Cruz here. That'll be closer to Santa Cruz. KW6S, KW6 Sugar, K6MYC. Okay, well, we'll try again. I'm not hearing anybody. KW6 Sugar, KW6S. Anybody over there in the Bay Area copy? K6MYC Bozo Net 222. KD6S, okay. Where are you, Fred? Are you in here somewhere? Not sure quite where to point, guys. K6MYC, Bozo Net calling. I hear somebody way down in there. Okay, now I got it. This rotor is out of calibration, so I've forgotten where to point it. It's been so long since I used it. Okay, I got to get this one calibrated, and I forgot to do that today.
Been in there for a while. Hi, Fred.
I think I hear Fred in there. Is that you, Fred?
Oh, he must have pulled the switch. Okay. Just want to say howdy. I'll stand by for my call. Happy to get it. I just step away for a second to grab something in the CX, and I'll take my switch.
Well, this is weird. I'm moving the antenna back and forth. I'm pretty sure I'm moving the right antenna. But I can't get a peek on anybody here. If you guys would make some noise there would help. W6PQL, W6PQL, make noise for me so I can figure out where to point. K6MYC.
Okay, Mike. Yeah, I hear you on the stream. I don't hear much out of you on the radio directly. Now I do hear a little bit. Yeah, it's kind of a puzzle. You really don't know where the antenna's pointed, I guess. I guess you've been having trouble with the indicator over there, but you seem to be getting something, even though it's not normal strength. K6MY.
Channel 1, 2, 3, 4. Well,
I can hear you too.
Yeah, Mike, your power was still turned up from doing 2 meters, so I just cranked your power down. You must have been kicking out your amplifier. K6US.
well, I turned it down. I had it on.
It was still up at like 35%. That's probably too much for your transverter.
Well, your whistle's making it up here, T6KLY.
Okay, now I got it. Okay, hang on a second, guys. Just 1 minute more, 10 seconds. Hang on.
Yeah, I forgot to check your power level because usually on this radio it's already turned down. K6US.
Well, I thought I had it turned down. I was looking at it earlier. Must have been up just a tad. Maybe I had it up too high. I can't see it real well. I can tell it's up one way or the other, but I may have had it up instead of down. Okay. That's better. Anyway, let's see. Give me some more chatter, and I can peek on you guys. The band is really funny tonight. Not getting much of a peek as I go back and forth here. K6KLY, go ahead.
Roger, Mike, down at K6MYC, K6KLY in Charlie Mike 87. Yeah, you're close, but you're not quite on the peak. You might want to play back and forth a little bit there. And it sounds like you were having amplifier problems too. At one point I couldn't even hear you. But at least now I can hear you and hopefully give you a signal to peek up on. K6MYC, K6KLY, take it away.
Yeah, no, I got it. Now, I had the too much drive into the transverter and it was kicking the amp down. The transverter doesn't kick out, but the amplifier kicks out. 111, good evening, Russ. Happy New Year. Are you copying me, Russ?
Oh, yeah, we're copying. You're not your usual strength, but we're copying over.
Well, there may be something also wrong with the antenna because I'm getting a very wide pattern. Like what the antennas aren't working or something. Let me check the SWR here. Stand by. Yeah, well, I got a little more SWR than I should have too, so maybe something's wrong up with the antenna. I checked this all earlier, but I didn't see any problem, so everything worked, and now I come out in the shack and then it wasn't working, so who knows?
Well, I can hear you, but I don't know if the weaker stations will hear you, Mike. So I'll be around to help you, K6KLY.
Okay, well, I'm rotating back. Let me do this. Let me see if I can have Jim make a transmission there. W6PQL, have him transmit for me. Over.
Up on Sunday, big expedition to CU7. That's about all I know here. We got a VHF contest coming up on the 17th and 18th also. Back to you, Mike. K6MYC, K6KLY.
Yeah, well, you're pretty loud here, so I don't know. have Jim transmit for me, would you? W6PQL, transmit, please, K6MYC.
That's about the strongest you've been is right there, Mike. I wouldn't move it. PQL, you copy him?
Yeah, I'm hearing him, but not on the radio. I'm hearing him on the live stream only. So I'll better a little bit here, and we'll see if we can get the direction correct. He has to go a little bit further north for me than he does for most of these guys in the Bay Area.
Okay. I guess you were still transmitting. He dropped out very quickly there. That should be pretty close. What do you see now? W6PQL, K6MYC, over.
Well, it's going to be a little dicey. I can hear you now, but only when, you know. So I guess I'll bow out for a couple of minutes and head up frequency when it's time for see if Santa Barbara's in there tonight. Well, I'm hearing you now. K6MYC, W6. Hi. 6S.
Yeah, okay, well, I'm pegging the meter at a kilowatt, so it's, I'm putting out power. I don't know why it sounds weak. You sound fine here.
We just dropped out. Above the noise, that's what I'm reading here.
I think it's just the band guys. You guys are going up and down, and I'm not doing anything here.
Right, 285
KW6S 610.
Oh, there you are. KW6 Sugar, good evening. How are you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. We've got our steady rain, and you're doing fairly respectable here tonight. I'm not having any trouble hearing you.
The rotator's out of calibration, and I'd forgotten that I hadn't calibrated it. So I'm off 10 or 12 degrees. So I'm trying to find the peak, but I've also got a little VSWR, so maybe something's wrong. I've only got maybe one antenna. Feels like it's much broader than it should be, over.
Okay. Yeah, this is two antennas.
What?
I lost track. Is this a 2-antenna array or a 4-antenna array?
Well, it's 2 antennas, but keep talking. I'm trying to sweep across you and get the peak, over.
Okay, well, I'll just keep talking then. Yeah, I see you moving the antenna a little bit and on the stream, but yeah, I've been hearing you fairly well. I kind of lost track of the details now, but a while back you tried switching between horizontal and vertical on the 2 meters to somebody in the Bay Area, and I really couldn't hardly tell the difference here, so I think we were getting a lot of bounces somewhere along the way. Anyway, back to you, Mike. K6MYC, KW6S.
Yeah, KW6S, K6MYC, horizontal. Horizontal. Now I'm going to go vertical. Vertical. Horizontal. Big difference when I go back to horizontal from you.
Yeah, well, this is on 2 meters a week or so ago, and I just saw the note here today. Yeah, boy, you drop from S9 to about S1 when you go to vertical here tonight.
I think I'm pointed pretty much at you now, so we got you. Thanks for giving me some more signal here. Now, let's see, where am I pointed? I'm sitting here pointed at 280. It says 283. Is that what you're seeing, Aaron?
287.
Oh, 287.3.
Yeah, I don't see the point, but yeah, yeah, it's 287.
Okay, now it's off about 10 degrees, so now I'll have to go up about 10 degrees and see if I can get Fred here. Fred, are you copying me here, KD6S, okay? You, Fred, but you're not quite readable. So band is way down, or I've got some problem in the antenna. I'm not sure which. Everybody else sounds pretty normal, but you're down from normal. But it might be just band conditions here to you. KD6S, okay. Happy New Year, Fred, and good to hear you. Thanks for coming up here this evening. I'm sorry I'm having trouble. Everything looks normal. But I'm pointed off about 10 degrees from where I should be. I just can't read you. Let's see if I can hear Jim, WB6JNN. Are you in here, Jim? WB6JNN, K6MYC, over. Longer transmission, a NACA longer transmission, Jim, over. Okay, well, I can hear Jim in there, but he's not readable. So back over to you, Jim, W6. Oh, I think PQL's probably gone up looking for Santa Barbara. Well,
6SRR.
Okay, hi, Rob. Hang on a second. Okay, I hear 285, but very, very weakly. No readability. No readability on WB6JNN and no readability on KD6SOK, but we have you checked in. We have you checked in. We have you checked in, but I may have an antenna problem here. I'm pointing right, but you're just not coming up out of the noise very good. W6PQL, are you still here, or have you gone to Santa Barbara? I think he's going to Santa Barbara here. Okay. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go on up to N6RO then. I don't think there's anybody else in the Bay Area. KB6BA, Oliver, are you here? I hear K6 Whiskey India Sugar, very, very light, but we hear you. Give me a longer transmission, Paul, and let me see if I can peak on you. Give me a long transmission, Paul. Over, over. you, Rob?
226.
Oh, 226. Okay, maybe you can help me. Trying to determine whether it's me or the band tonight, Ken. I'm pointed over to the Bay Area and have a listen for the boys over there. I think PQL's gone, but I have K6 Whiskey India Sugar in there, and I'm copying about Q3. So see if you can give K6 Whiskey India Sugar a call, Ken. Over.
Well, I never can get him unless I go direct. I barely hear him. I do hear him in there. And by the way, I did work well. Very, very weak. He was only about an S1. So I think there is a band condition issue right tonight. I don't know. Ralph was as weak as I've ever heard him on 220.
Yeah, well, maybe it's the band. I can't tell, but some of the guys are pretty weak over here. Russ is in here. K6KLY. Yeah, you pointed direct, or where are you pointed?
I pointed up at 290? 298, so I'm up close to Russ. Are you there, Russ?
He may have left the frequency.
Yeah, still on here, K6. But I don't copy anything. I'm pointing right up at just a hair short of 300 right now.
Oh, there he is. Russ, make a transmission and let Ken peek on you. K6KLY, go ahead again.
All right, K6KLY, N6RO. How you doing? You're about 2-4 right now. Let's see if you can take me up there. N6RO, K6KLY over.
Oh, it's WA60YB. Are you hearing him, Ken?
Oh, I'm hearing Russ fine right now. He was sounded like he was trying to talk to the other Ken.
Well, I told him to call Ken, and he didn't know that it was you. I didn't give your call. So give him a call and let him establish, and you can see how he sounds with respect to everybody else.
I guess we doubled that whole transmission. You asked me a question, and I tried to answer you. 5 up here, and Charlie Mike 87. Over. Where'd you go? OIB, K6KLY. Well, I'm hearing you, but Mike's been doubling with you, and I haven't heard everything there. But no, you got a good signal here, K6KLY, WA60IB, over. Right, WA60IB, you're 5 and 5. 55 up here in Charlie Mike 87, Belmont, Mid-Peninsula, over. Okay, well, you're 5 and 7, 5-8 here, 5-8, 5-7 to 5-8. So no problem at all. K6KLY, WA60IB. All right, thank you, 7-3.
Now I hear K6 Whiskey India Sugar here, Paul. Do you have anybody else or just yourself tonight, Paul? Over.
I need to check in the Clear Lake folks. P1 PPP and KA60SH, Mike, over.
Okay. I've got 637 and 160 and 336 all checked in. Very good. Thank you, Paul. I'm starting to copy a little better now. I think most of us must be just band conditions or something here. I'll check it out, maybe more over the next few days here. But hopefully I'm copied, everybody. It's just not good, and not good copy, and pretty broad in terms of the tuning range. And the azimuth pattern is broad. That's the problem. I'm over 300 degrees for you here. Thank you, Paul. Look for you on the direct path. Let's see what the direct path looks like in a few minutes here. 73 N6 K6 Whiskey India Sugar with 160 and 336 K6 MYC. Thank you. Okay, let's try this. N6RO. I should be pretty close here, Ken. N6RO, K6MYC. Any copy? Ken, OIB, you want to call Ken N6RO?
Sure, yeah, I'm pointing up his way now. N6RO, WA60IB, over. Mike?
Well, I'm hearing him, but he's weak. Have him make a longer transmission so I can peak on him. Over.
The range doesn't quit because over a third of an inch. Very persistent, low range.
Ken, it's a weird thing. I go over him. I go past the peak going in clockwise. And then I come back on the peak, and he's not there. I can't get a peak coming back. It's like the rotor's slipping, but I don't think so. Over.
Yeah, okay, well, yeah, I've got him at 306. 306 is what I've got. Good evening, Ken. Yeah, Mike's still trying to copy you there. He's been moving back and forth. Kind of a crazy band tonight. It's been, but everything I've had has been kind of weird, weak and off kilter. So I hope you're copying N6RO WA60IB.
Yeah, he's fine. Not hearing Mike very well. The band, I guess. See y'all on 6 meters a bit later. 6 I guess I'm not being heard either.
You are, Ken, but it's I'm trying to find a peak, and you're just splattered all over the place. I'm getting in two separate places completely. Over.
Oh, okay, I hear you now, Mike. One is about fast and the other's direct.
I didn't get that. What? Say it again. Say it again. Say it again. Tell him to say it again, Ken.
Man, it's not friendly tonight. We'll see you on 6 meters at 6RO.
Okay, now this is a peak, but this is one of about 3 peaks.
Hard time too, Mike. He said let's join up again on 6 meters, so he'll see us on 6. WA60IB. Go ahead.
I've got you here, Ken, and this is one of 3 peaks. Over.
He said we're gonna do it on 6. He's gonna talk to you on 6 because he's having trouble here too, just as I am. So the band's not friendly tonight, and let's just meet up on 6 a little later. WA60IB.
I heard him say that. I was just trying to return to him. I'm trying to tell you, I'm getting you on 3 different peaks, Ken. So, and it's weird. I go past you, I get a peak, then I come back to the same heading, and you're not there. Over.
Well, I haven't been turning my antenna. I'm hearing it pretty good right now.
Well, pretty good is relative. You're Q5, but nowhere near the normal strength. So anyway, I think I have a problem on this end, but we'll see. Anyway, thank you, and we'll look for you on 6 meters, Ken. We've got 8:35 in here. Thank you.
Yeah, later. N6RO clear.
Okay, let's go on up to Bill, KO6KD, and see if he's in there, Ken.
Okay, I'm there now.
Well, give him a call.
KO6KD, KO6KD. Are you there tonight, Bill? WA60IB and K6NYC, over. KO6KD, KO6KD, WA60IB, over. Nothing.
I'm not getting anything either. Well, we can try the Nevada boys, but I don't think Daniel's had so much rain. I'm not sure he's going to be there, but we can try. It would just be Daniel, KE7UQL. Let's go to Nevada.
KE7UQL, KE7UQL, WA60IB and K6NYC. Over. Copy, KE7UQL, over. Yeah, there you are. Yeah, not a bad signal either. KE7UQL, WA6OIB. Good to hear you, Daniel, over.
I hear you, Daniel. K6MYC.
Signals from you tonight, Ken. You guys are chasing after some tough signals, I guess, over. Yeah, they're kind of wandering all over the place. But I had a hard time with Ralph down in Anaheim, too. It's the weakest he's ever been. So, anyway, Mike's copying you, so I'll let you guys go ahead. KE7UQL, WA6OIB. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, Daniel, I'm going to try and get a peek on you, so you have to transmit a little bit longer. I'm going back and forth across you, trying to see if I'm getting double peaks here. On some of the other stations, I'm getting 2 and 3 different peaks in different directions, over.
Okay, I'll give you some chatter. Here is 272. This is KE7UQL, King Edward 7, United Queen, London. Calling from Delta Mike 09, Delta. Not long enough for you to get a peak, Mike. Over.
Yeah, your idea of talking a long time isn't even enough to get halfway across you. So we've got you. He sounds normal to me. I got 1 peak on him, Ken, and he's pretty strong. I've heard him stronger, but I've heard him a lot weaker, too. The band isn't bad, but he's quite strong here. So thank you, Daniel. Thanks for being there. I wasn't sure you'd have the antenna put up on this band, so thanks for your efforts there. Happy New Year, of course. KE7UQL, thanks much. K6MYC, and we'll see you tomorrow night. I will not be on 1296. I will be there, but I won't be able to rotate. I cannot rotate 1296 antennas yet. So we'll probably have to have somebody else look for you on 1296. Over. Okay, 7-3. Did he get what he said, Ken?
Say again?
Did you hear what Daniel said about 1296?
No, I tuned away mentally because I'm not on 1296.
Well, have him repeat it because he made a long dissertation and I couldn't get all of it, so I don't know whether he's going to be there or not. He could have made yes, or Roger, or no, but he made a long verbal dissertation of what he's going to do, and I didn't get it. Over.
Yeah, okay. KE7UQL, WA6OIB. Are you going to be on 1296 tomorrow night? Over. He's gone.
I don't hear him. KE7UQL. KE7UQL. Daniel, we're trying to find out if you're going to be on 1296. I need a repeat. I need a repeat from you. Are you going to be on 1296 tomorrow? Just give me Rogers or negative. K6MYC. Over. Well, he's gone. Okay. That was quick. I don't know whether he's going to be there or not. Anyway, I'll have to have somebody look for him.
What's the matter with the 1296? What's a rotor problem or what?
Can't rotate the antenna.
What I mean, you know what the problem is?
Well, yeah, there's no looking into the motor from the base of the tower where there's a junction box. There's no resistance for the motor leads. Over.
Oh, you got a busted wire along the way somewhere, probably up on top.
Yes, and I was going to crank it down today. It was nice and sunny, but we took a ride instead, and then when I got it back, I forgot. So I'll try to get the tower cranked down today, and then maybe we can have a look at it tomorrow sometime. Frank should be here tomorrow.
Right, yeah. Okay, I spent all day today up over at Larry's. Got all of his antennas on except the 40. Just finished the 6 meter tonight. So I got the bottom antenna, which is the 2-element 40-meter Yagi. Once I get that installed, then we can crank his tower back. It's tilted over now, so worked all day on that.
Oh, okay. So it's still tilted over. He will not be here tonight then. Very good. All right. I think we're about done here. Rob, are you still in here?
Yes, 432 and 1200.
Yeah, I think I wrote you down, but I'm going to write it down again just in the outside chance that I didn't write it down the first time.
And I gave Rob the numbers that I had, K6US.
Okay, well, you were copying me, so you probably know who I heard.
Yeah, I was listening to both and writing down numbers.
All right, Rob, you want to give me a count, and then we'll go over to 6?
Okay, hang on a minute. KM6SR.
He's got to count his toes.
Running out of toes, aren't you?
Well, he's got to get his shoes off first.
Well, he's going to need all the toes and a few more. So he may have to use some other digit.
You got to start counting cats.
If it's 11, we got big trouble.
How about 17?
Okay, not too bad. All things considered here, 17. I'll write it down.
Yeah, I had to start counting my hairs to get that high.
You only had one to spare, huh?
No, I have a few extra. I haven't gotten quite that bald yet.
Okay. All right, see you guys on 140. I've got to rotate the antenna all around, but I've got everything else set up. I'll be there in a minute. K6MYC.
KE7UQL.
KE7UQL. Good, you're back. Okay, we're trying to get a confirmation. Just give me Rogers or negative on tomorrow for 1296. Over.
Negative. Roger.
Okay, negative. Yeah, you're good copy now. Both Ken and I called you for a while, but you were gone. Ken, are you hearing him now?
Oh, yeah, I hear him fine now.
You must have shut it off or not heard us for a couple of transmissions there. Thank you, Daniel. Thank you, and we won't bother to point up your way tomorrow then on 1296. 73, and we'll see you Wednesday. KE7UQL. Near Carson City, Nevada, K6MYC. How far north are you from well, no, I forgot it. Never mind. Never mind. I'll ask you later. K6MYC. Good evening, Daniel.
Roger. KE7UQL. 73. Good night.
73. Good night.
Alrighty, here we go over to 6 meters, K6US.
Yeah, I'm rotating this one back to the Bay Area. Well, I'm going to put it right at 270, and then I'm going to try and calibrate the damn thing tomorrow if I remember to do it. The problem is I can't see the antennas anymore.
Yeah, just get Judy out there and tell her to look up.
Well, I can do it with Frank. Frank can tell me where they're pointed, but when he doesn't show up, then he's so intermittent, and I forget to ask. So that's why. I can see them, but I got to go right out there and look, and I can usually see if it's east or west. If it's east or west, I can't tell the difference, but I can tell it's one or the other. Over.
Yep, Roger. Well, you got a 50-50 chance of getting it right.
Yeah, well, I'm usually within 180 degrees on the calibration. Over.
Yeah, Roger.
All right, I'll see you on 6, K6MYC.
Alrighty, hitting the button, K6US.
In the air everywhere, as we say. Who is that, Mikey?
Well, somebody keeps moving off frequency. Who's moving?
Roger, you're about the same here in Clovis. Good signal.
Yeah, but somebody's off frequency, isn't he?
Hi, Richard. Same as you. Who's off frequency?
We don't know. He's too far off frequency to tell. Ben checked in there, Mike.
Okay, hang on a second, though. I haven't rotated the antenna yet. I'm trying to figure. I kept going back and forth chasing the guy that was off frequency.
Did you get 249 UQL?
No, that's KD6BQ. Richard is 249. Good to hear you, Richard. Nice signal.
Yeah, Mike, it also doesn't help that I accidentally had your radio on lower sideband. So that was the other problem going on. K6US 1079 and Bozo 1100.
All right, you guys, if you'll tell Richard that I'm rotating, but I got to go all the way around, Ken, so just tell him I'll be there in a minute.
Okay, yeah, Richard, Mike's on the way. He's rotating now. He's got to swing the thing all the way around to get up to you there. So, anyway, he'll be here in a minute. K86BQ, WA60IB. I hear you in there, Phil. You're covering everybody up.
Yeah, good evening there, Ken.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, guy.
Kilo Golf 6, Charlie Echo Fox 982. Good evening, Ken.
Okay, this should be north now. How you doing, Richard?
Sounds like you're north. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249. You're not as strong as Ken, but you're coming in Q5 and it's probably about S6 up here. And maybe enough chatter will help you peak things up a little bit. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249 in Nevada. Over.
Okay.
Pick up Daryl in there too, 982.
Okay, I think I got everybody I've heard so far in here. Now you could give me some chatter, Richard, and maybe I can find a peak on you. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're up on a peak right now. You're running about S9, and yeah, I guess you got to catch up on all the check-ins that happened right at the beginning.
Yeah.
Anyway, haven't heard from Larry tonight. I did hear from Dale, KJ6IX, on the 220 link, and but he's not on 6. He's busy doing something else, and I don't think Eric's on 6, but it might be worth giving him a try. I know he does have a 6-meter antenna.
Well, let's give it a try. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu. N7 Victor Alpha Zulu, K6MYC. Kilo 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. N7 VAZ, K6MYC, 6-meter Bozo Net. Over, Eric.
You out there, Eric? Out negative copy there.
Yep, I don't hear him either. So you're the only one that we're going to get here on this band. Very good, Richard. Good to hear you. Thanks for being there very quickly. And one of these days you get 220, we'll get you on both of those bands. I have Daniel, but it's on 2 different antennas, so I had to swing this one. I have this rotator going, but I had it pointed east this morning. I was working somebody down in Arizona, and it got late in the morning, and I needed a little more goo on him. So I turned the big antenna down on him in Arizona. So I was 180 out from you, over.
Okay, well, yeah, that makes a big difference. 180 degrees off and bring your signal down to the noise. So I got a quick question for you there. Eric, last night we were talking after the 2-meter net, and he told me about this antenna for low frequency receive only, for like 160 and 80, maybe 40, called loop on ground antenna. Have you had any experience with that or heard about it?
Heard about loop on ground. I know a lot of guys use reduced size loops on that for the receive on 160, though, over.
Yeah, this is supposed to be kind of like a small lot, poor man's version of the beverage antenna. Probably not as much performance, but a good signal-to-noise ratio on the low bands.
Yeah, okay, I'd like to hear more about it. So if you can get more detail or have him email a picture or something, or a drawing, a sketch, that would be good. Or his reference source.
Oh, there's a website. Eric said he's built one, has one in his front yard. Let me see if I can find the name of the call sign of the guy real quick, and then that'll help you find it. But he's got a website that describes the whole thing. Basically a small one. Yeah, it's KK5JY. KK5JY.net, and he has a little article on it. 15 foot on the side, a small balun to feed it with, and basically insulated wire laying on the ground.
On the ground?
Absolutely. It's just it's insulated wire and a loop laying on the ground.
Yeah, well, depending on the condition of the ground, it'll either work or it won't work. That's so dependent on ground conductivity. If you have high conductivity, it probably won't work at all.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to find out. So anyway, there's the article there. It's basically a receive-only antenna that's not, doesn't have the strongest signals, but it supposedly is very good at very low noise, and so it has a good signal-noise ratio.
Yeah, okay, very good. All right, well, thanks for that. I'll look it up and see what it looks like. Thanks for that, Richard. And we'll see you tomorrow. Well, we'll see you Wednesday. We'll see you Wednesday on 2 meters here. I think Ken's already talked to you. Does anybody else want to say hello to Richard? How about you, Rob?
Yeah, how you doing, Richard? KD6BQ, KM6SRR. I guess it helped I turned on the amp. KD6BQ, KM6SRR.
Better, KM6SR, KD6BQ. You're about a 5 and 5 up here right now, over.
Okay, thank you, Richard. Yeah, my S meter doesn't work so good on this one. I'm getting you about an S2.
Okay, well, at least you can copy me. That's a good thing, and I'm only running 500 watts.
Okay, yeah, I've got about, I'm putting towards the antenna a kilowatt, but how much to get in there, who knows?
Yeah, well, my 500 watts is here at the amplifier, so yeah, how much is getting there 150 feet away, I don't know.
Yep, mine's not too far away, but I think I've got a 100-foot LMR 400 line going to it. Anyway, you came up a bit, so you're sounding really good. Thanks for being there.
Yep, you peaked up to 7.3 there, KM6SR, KD6BQ. Happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you, Richard. Thank you. Okay, Mike.
Okay, 7.3, Richard. We'll see you Wednesday, K6MYC, going toward Sacramento.
Mike, did you get 982? Hello?
I did get 982, but good evening to you, Darrell. You're sounding good. Thank you.
Okay, just wanted to make sure.
Yeah, well, I got 982 and I got 694. Ben, are you still here?
I'm here, right, Roger.
Were you hearing Richard at all? He was very strong here tonight.
Yeah, I could hear him. He sounded good.
Okay, you should have said something. We always could give you a chance to work him if you want to do that. You just have to pipe up, over.
Okay, I can try there. Richard, it's BMW 6 GBS, Golf Bravo Sierra, Fresno.
be gone by now.
Yeah, I don't have but 100 watts anyway, so I can't compete with you guys.
Well, you can get through. He can hear you, but he may have quit already. When I say 73s, he's pretty much gone, and he goes out of the shack. He's in a separate room for the shack, which is separate from the house. Over.
Okay, very good. Well, thanks.
Alrighty, and Happy New Year to you, Ben. We didn't say that. This is the first chance we've had to chat since the new year started. Over.
Yeah, very good. Well, if you want to come down to a ham club meeting, you'll be in the church that I go to. So we've got a new meeting place starting this Friday.
Yeah, we may make it down. I'll have to coordinate that with Rob, and we'll try to get down to the meeting this coming Friday. I think I've been to the new place. In the old days, it's over there, what is it, off of Bullard or somewhere off of Shaw, Rob?
It's about a corner of Winery and Holland. It's between two big cross streets, Ashland and Gettysburg.
Yes, okay. Well, Rob probably knows where it is.
Yeah, I know where it is, Mike, KM6SR. Yeah, the old one we had was out there by Ashland and 99.
Well, we used to do the one at your old business, but the new place the new place, if you will, was the place that we used to go to before we went there where you are.
No. You're talking about the University Center over there across from Fashion Fair on Shaw?
I don't know. I thought it was on Shaw or something.
Yeah, this place is brand new to us. We've never been there before.
Oh, okay. Well, then it's not the same one. That would be logical, wouldn't it? Okay, good.
No, Mike, you're talking about the one before Darrell's. So, yeah, that was the one we had where they kicked us out because of COVID and stuff. And we never went back there because they didn't, start up again.
Yeah, okay. All right, let me get over towards Sacramento here.
Golf, Yankee.
I've got you, Phil.
Thank you, sir.
And some new information this morning or today, but I can't remember now quite what it was. But confirmation of the Cubans being there, confirmation of the Chinese being there also.
Yeah, the Chinese are all PO'd too.
Well, the 5 guys were there in meeting with him, I guess, and they confirmed that they were there. And there's also a war games going off for the coast of Cuba that China's performing. Anyway, we'll talk more about it in the morning there. Good morning, Phil. And did you get the emails that we sent, Judy sent you?
No, I didn't. Not as of yet. We'll take another look for him. Okay, 7373, Bozo 884, WB6GGY, clear.
Okay, isn't it pfish at mload.net or something?
PF, my initials, PF, WB6GGY at mload.com.
Okay, yeah. PF, WB6GGY at mload.com. I think she sent it, but I don't know whether she got them done or not. She said she sent 3 different emails to you and Bob Sands, so I don't know. We'll see. Check one more time before morning, Phil. They're worth listening to. At least the first one is the best one. Over.
Roger. We'll do that. 73 WB6GGY.
73. Okay, now let's see. Sacramento, KR6MR. How about you, John?
Good evening, Mike. K6MYC in the group. I'll turn this down. KR6MR, Bozo 759. Good evening.
Yeah, good evening. I got 759. I'm not sure I'm pointed right. I started to rotate and then I stopped here, so I'm not sure where I'm pointed here. Well, I'm pretty close. 33. Well, I can't read this. Maybe I'm not close. 3-3 something. Can you still hear me where I'm pointed now?
Yeah, I can hear you. You're weak, but can't copy.
Well, give me some more chatter, and I'll peek on you. This rotor is a new control box, and it may not be calibrated like the old one was. Over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. A little bit of chatter here. Okay, weather report for the month of December: 9.93 inches of recorded rain. And yesterday for January so far, 1.24. I'm pretty sure it's at least 1.5 or more now. Over.
Okay, I need more chatter. I went way up to 360, and then the rotor stopped. Over.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Yeah, you went too far. You got to come back some bit. Okay, KR6MR with a long chat for Mike. Weather's okay. Hopefully we'll have a break in the rain for a few days here. You should be pretty close now. Over.
Yeah, I'm close now. Now I'm where I'm supposed to be, and it's right on 333 or 334, 335, something like that. So pointed right where it should be. All right, very good. And good to hear you. Now, what's the story on Bill? Over.
I guess something was said between you and Bill, and he got offended, and he doesn't want to talk to you.
Well, I guess that's Bill's problem.
Yeah, well, it's something that if he wants to work it out with you, he can, or you work it out with him, whatever. Anyway, I don't know what the particulars are, but he was really, really upset.
Well, I don't agree with him, and he doesn't agree with me on one simple object, and it's a meaningless thing. I just say that the raindrops that come down have a static charge. They have a little charge in them. Confirmed it also with Ken, WA60YB, who's had a lot of experience with that, with the antennas over the years, and he agreed with me. And Bill just absolutely refuses to believe that there's any kind of a charge on a raindrop. And it makes a tick on the radio when you hear it. When it hits your antenna, it makes a tick. So when the rain starts, you get a few raindrops that just begin to start. You'll hear tick, 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 tick. And then as the rain starts to come harder, it gets harder and harder and harder until it comes up to a full rush. And then as the rain is tapering off, it tapers down to a few ticks, and then just one or two ticks, and then none. As the rain stops, you can see the rain stop, and you can hear the tick stop at the same time on the radio. He said, I don't see how you can see the raindrops hitting your antenna. Well, if the rain's hitting me and I'm standing under the antenna, the rain's coming down on the antenna, don't you think, John? So that's all we're arguing about. He absolutely refuses to think that there's any static charge on the antenna. And I said, well, I can tell you for a fact there is, and we put P-stacks on some antennas that we built commercial to drain that off. Over.
I've heard a lot of discussion on this before. I believe there is a charge on the raindrops. It's very hard to measure, but yeah, sure.
Well, that's the whole thing. That's the whole thing. That's all he's upset about. That he can't convince me that there is no static charge there, and I can't convince him that there is. Over.
Yeah, well, there was a song, Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. Okay, with that, I'll let you go, and I've got other things I got to get done tonight. Nice chatting with you, Mike, and knowing what's going on. K6NYC in the group KR6MR.
Well, obviously, see, it's a meaningless thing. I mean, it's a discussion item. I'm not upset with Bill, but if he's got his head in the sand and doesn't want to agree with me, that's his option. But it doesn't mean that he can't talk to me. Over.
Yeah, well, I guess it just got carried away or someone. I'm staying out of it. Catch you later there, Mike. K6MYC in the group, KR6MR, back to net.
Okay. All righty, very good. Well, hopefully he'll get over it. Anyway, Bill's his worst enemy sometimes. You may have figured that out by now, or?
Oh, yeah.
All right. Very good, 7-3, and we will see you on Wednesday, John. Let's see if anybody else wants to say hello. Ken, are you still here?
Hope to see you Tuesday.
Oh, yes, Tuesday. Sorry. I keep forgetting you at 1296 there. Ken, are you still here? Ken probably had to go away. His wife starts to watch a program at 8:30, and he has to quit. Over.
Yeah, okay, I'll catch you later. All Bill has to do is Google static charge on raindrops. There's many articles on it. KR6MR, back to net.
Well, I told him that, and we did it almost while he was on the air, but it made him very upset. All right. I'm sorry about that, because we need Bill on all the bands. You know, the only one he doesn't have is 1296. So we need him here, and we also like to have him on in the morning. All right, anyway, 73's John. You can't do anything about it. Bill's got his own little world, and he's got his problems, of course, but we all have problems. 73, KR6MR, K6MYC. Anybody else towards Sacramento? K6MYC, Bozo Net, 6 meters. All quiet towards Sacramento. Let's go on down toward Oakley. Getting down toward Oakley, N6RO. How are we doing on this band tonight, Ken? K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835. You're not as loud as normal, but plenty 25, over.
Okay. Well, you're pretty good here. I'm not quite peaked on you. I stopped a little short. So I'll come a little bit more in your direction, which would be more normal for the normal heading there. Anyway, what'd you have for dinner? I haven't finished mine. I had, I think it was a sushi roll and a piece of baked chicken and some apple slices, but I haven't finished them yet.
Yeah, yum. Well, I don't think my report got through on 222, so we'll do the whole thing. Dinner was Atlantic salmon, Brussels sprouts, and the usual other veggies. And temperature ranged up to 55, and the rain total today was about a third of an inch. Saturday night, or actually Sunday morning, we had 1.4 inches, which is really unusual in this location. Anyway, and we're still maintaining in the RTTY contest, still maintaining the world high score, which may be a record depending on the log check. That's all I have to report, N6RO.
Okay. Let's see, I only missed one thing, and I forgot now what it was. It's the audio on this band and not jiving that well with my ears. You're kind of crunchy on this band, as you know from your transition from the other, the guys using this radio for other things. Anyway, I'm pointed pretty much right at you now. Is that kind of normal, or is it down?
What was the question?
What's the signal strength? That's now you've got flutter on you, but is it normal or is it down?
It's down. You're speaking S3 on the meter, and you're normally 7 to 8, 9.
Okay, well, it's I haven't changed anything here, so it's just band conditions. 222, I may have had a problem on 222. I may have an antenna problem, but when I worked with the guys up in Nevada, they sounded fine and sounded quite normal. So I think it's more band conditions than anything in the antenna over on 222, over.
Yeah, I think so. Well, everything is variable. We just have to try to keep up with it. We'll see on 1296 tomorrow in 6RO.
Yeah, you're the only one that gave me a weather report on 1296 because the conditions were so poor to the Bay Area. I don't know if they had rain over there. See, we haven't had any rain for 4 days. Nothing. I've just got, since the beginning of the year, I just have a total of 2 inches. So a very small amount, and that all fell in the first couple of days. So I haven't had rain here for 3 or 4 days. So you're getting rain when we're not getting anything here at all, over?
Yeah, no, that's the way it works sometimes. You got a little out of that time up to F5, so the band is definitely in charge here. See you tomorrow in 6RO.
Yeah, you're way up on the spectrum scope here too. It is going up and down, and I haven't moved anything. I'm pointed at about 300, 303, 304 degrees, which is normal for you. Alrighty, 7-3, and we'll see you tomorrow on 1296. I will not be able to rotate, so I may not be able to hear you. So you'll have to check in with somebody else in the Bay Area, Ken, over?
Yeah, we'll do that. We're used to it. 7-3 and 6RO.
7-3. Okay, anybody else while I'm pointed up this way? How about KJ6KFB? Darren, are you here?
6 Whiskey Zulu Zulu.
Who is it? Oh, Whiskey Zulu Zulu. 11:45. Good evening, John. W6 Whiskey Zulu Zulu, K6MYC. I'll come a little bit more toward you, over.
Yeah, double. Hey, John.
Yeah, roger that. How's it going out there? You didn't have any rain today?
No, I haven't had any rain for 3 days, over.
Yeah, plenty of rain the last 2 days, about 2 inches total.
What's the matter with John there? I'm running 1500. Is he having trouble? He's Q5 here, over.
I don't know. Copying on air?
Yeah, I can't hear him.
Well, he's as loud as you are, Ken.
That's interesting.
He must have terrible noise there.
No, I'm all right. I just had to turn the radio around sideways.
Oh, okay. There you go. Well, you're moving the meter here.
Yeah, roger that. Yeah, I think the rain is doing a number on these antennas and stuff these days.
The rain?
What's that?
What's doing a number on you, the rain?
Yeah, the rain. I'm not getting out all that well. Huh. Terrible thing.
You're getting out fine here. You're almost as strong as Ken, and you're not running anywhere near the same power, so you're quite strong.
Yeah, you're fading in and out. I can't really hear you. I'm going to have to turn you up on the computer.
Yeah, see, he's not anywhere near fading out. He's 10 to 20 dB out of the noise here, Ken. So John has a receive problem.
Yeah, I think so, but he'll figure it out.
Okay, well, 73's anyway, John, thanks for checking in. I'm sorry you're having receive problems. It's you're 10 to 20 dB out of the noise here. 10 to 20 dB out of the noise. I could give up, you could probably drop to 10 watts and I could still hear you. I'm running 1500 toward you, and if you're struggling, there's serious noise problems or serious sensitivity. Maybe you got the attenuator on there or something on 6. 73 W6WZZ with N6RO helping K6MYC.
Yeah, rebel. John, he's copying you 20 dB out of the noise. So you're getting out fine.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know what it is. But anyway, it's okay.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Okay, 73s, everybody. Talk to you later.
Give me a little more chatter. I'll give you an S meter reading. Give me a little more noise, and I'll give you an S meter reading, John. Over.
Okay. S meter reading, please. There you go. How's that?
Okay. Well, you're peaking S3, and Ken is peaking S5. So there is a difference, but it's not much. Over.
No, roger that. Okay. Well, that's better than a stick in the eye, right?
Yes, it is. All right, 7-3. Catch up with you on Wednesday. W6WZZ, K6MYC. Thanks, Ken. Thanks, John.
Okay, take it easy.
And down into the Bay Area, Bozo Net, K6MYC, Bozo Net. 6 meters, anybody?
Kilowatt Bravo 6, Juliet, Sugar Mike. Bozo Net 1192, John and San Jose.
WB6, WNI 1090.
Okay, 1090. Did I got you, Gary. Hang on a second. Did I hear San Jose? But your audio is kind of muffled, and I didn't get it. I think that's John in San Jose. Go ahead.
Roger. Kilowatt Bravo 6, Juliet, Sugar Mike. Bozo Net is 1192.
Yeah, now you were clear. That was fine. I don't know what happened the first time. 1192. Got you, John. KD6JSM, K6MYC. Good copy from San Jose. And I'm not quite pointed at you. I'm close. I'm more toward Fremont, but it shouldn't make that much difference there. Anyway, Happy New Year to you. I haven't heard you since the first of the year, John. So Happy New Year, and thanks for checking in here. Hopefully we'll hear you on 2 meters on Wednesday. KD6JSM, K6MYC.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I haven't been on very much, but yeah, I have a little bit of time to jump on. So yeah, it's good feedback on here for a little bit. 73.
Okay, 7-3, John, and over to you, Gary. WB6 WNI, pretty good copy. It's better tonight on here than it was on whatever the hell we were on last night. 2 meters was terrible last night.
Oh, let me make sure you turn it over to me.
I did turn it to you. Go ahead.
Okay, good. Sometimes the QSB, you know, I've been in this long enough that you can't watch out for QSB thinking someone's turned it over to you. But anyway, yeah, 2 meters, you're right, but you have the moon bounce antenna. And you've already said it's not as good, but at the same time you were saying that this was a much better deal for 6 meters, and it is. And I didn't hear Don. I'm not sure Don's copied me. I have a very high noise level here on 6, but I heard you both, so yeah, and it's raining down here. Not hard, but raining. So, yeah, nothing more. Not much has happened since yesterday, Mike, so I'll say 73, and then we'll wait for 2 meters, and hopefully get that other rotor working, because the other antenna is really nice on 2 meters. K6MYC and the group, WB6WNI 73.
Yeah, no, it was just conditions, because when I go to Nevada, it's just as good or better. So when I go to Nevada where I have a clear shot, it's just as good or better. So it was just conditions. Everybody and everything from north or from northeast, northwest, everything from northwest to west was really crappy last night. Over.
Oh, okay, yeah. Hard to explain, but I've got stuff on 440 here locally that I can't explain either. It just gives just the time of day and weather conditions and who knows what. But anyway, at least tonight has been working very nicely, Mike. So thanks for getting on here and running the net. K6MYC, WB6WNI.
Yeah, well, here's the thing, Gary, what you have to remember, on 2 meters and higher, 2 meters and up, weather fronts really can be a blockage, and I think that's what happened. You had a big weather thing in your area like you have tonight, but I think if we went over to 2 meters, we'd experience the same thing tonight. But 6 meters is not much affected by rainstorms and weather and stuff, not near as much as 2 meters and the higher frequencies. So that's what was making it all turbulent. Tonight on 222, it was terrible toward the Bay Area, just absolutely terrible. But things were absolutely normal going toward Nevada, due north, away from the storm. Over.
Oh, I understand, yes. I do, and since we're talking about conditions, how have you found 40 meters? I've been checking into nets. 40 meters has been very good lately, but yeah, you never know. You just keep trying, but I understand on 220 another band higher up, definitely weather affected. Anyway, Mike, I don't know if there's anybody else out there, but we're going to say 73, but we will be back on Wednesday. K6MYC-6WNI.
Okay, well, let me clear up something in your head that may be cloudy. On 40 meters, the weather has very, very, very little to do with propagation. Because you're propagating skywave, it goes up to the ionosphere and then bounces back down normally. So you're not trying to propagate through a wet rainstorm that is at ground level. So two totally different propagation situations. What we've been experiencing on 40 and 80 and 160 is very high K and A index numbers, which just sometimes destroys the band or changes it dramatically, and disturbs the band, particularly 80 and 160, and it also does have an effect on 40. We see it on 40. I work 40 every morning at 8 o'clock, and I'm talking to Montana, Utah, Idaho, Arizona, and Washington State, as well as local stuff. And sometimes we can't hear the local guys at all because of a CME event, but I can hear everybody else out there 1,000 miles away. Over.
Oh, very good. Yeah, I've missed your morning nets. I know it goes on, but I've been getting up around 8:30, so I haven't checked in. But you're correct. Just today, 40 meters, I could hear a lot of the, what you call nearby, like Sacramento, a little bit up north, Single Springs and the such. It's just, again, what makes amateur radio so fun.
Yeah, well, I have a definite advantage on 40, too. I'm up high, number one, and I have two different antennas on 40. I have a 2-element at 90 feet, and I have a 3-element Yagi at 90 feet on different locations on the property with different drop-offs. So most of my angles of radiation are very low. And so I have sometimes trouble with guys that are running antennas that are 10 feet above the ground because they're radiating straight up. And I have to rely on some spurious lobe in order to hear them off of my pattern because my main lobe is on the horizon. Over.
So I think you turned back to me, but yes, I envy you with those two antennas.
Yes, I turned it back to you. What did you say about two antennas?
Oh, yes, when you describe them, I say I envy you with those two antennas. They must be, well, they are big.
Well, they're not big. They're just big by, it's just frame of reference there. It's not wire, however, and I can rotate them and optimize them. And I usually point the big one north for Washington and Montana. And I point the 2-element toward the east, and it works for Utah, Idaho, and not Idaho, but Utah and Nevada and Arizona, and it works very well. But if I need it, I can turn the big one that way. But up till last week or so, I couldn't rotate the big antenna. I was just stuck with north or west. Anyway, two different modes for propagation, and the rainstorms have little to do with anything that's going on 40. but it can have a big effect on 2 meters and up here. Enough of that. 7-3, Gary, you've been very steady. Are you having trouble with me? Oh, you have a high noise level, don't you? And I'm running about 1,500 watts and not looking quite right at you, but close. 73s, and good evening. We'll see you tomorrow or on Wednesday, I guess, on 2 meters. WB6WNI, K6MYC.
Very good, Mike. No, you were perfect copy. 73, talk to you on Wednesday.
Roger. Now, QRZ, anybody else on 6 meters here in the Bay Area? Bay Area, K6MYC, over.
WB6JNC, course goal.
Okay, course goal, not in the Bay Area, but we'll take you 107. Good evening, Dane. Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. Enjoyed the bit of propagation information. Years and years ago, I was working with one of the engineers at Andrew Corporation, and he just happened to be a ham. And working for Andrew, of course, he had access to antennas, and he used to he had 2 antennas, one aimed one direction, the other 180 degrees out, and he said it was really neat because he could actually hear himself come back around the long path from over Africa. And I thought, wow, that's really kind of interesting. So it just shows that hams were more than can you hear me now.
Yeah, that can happen on 20 meters. More than likely, it's more prevalent on 10. I've heard my echoes or my signal all the way around on 10 meters quite frequently, even on the same antenna. Not listening on 2 different antennas. Sometimes you're so strong coming all the way around that you can hear yourself on the backside, over.
Oh yeah, and you know that's really the way to go. But you know, a lot of people don't realize that you know the HF frequencies, unlike the UHF and VHF stuff that seems to terminate in space, HF seems to just keep going around.
Yeah, and it's about a third of a second delay when it's all the way around, or maybe a little more even. It depends on how many skips and pops and stuff, but there's also a backscatter path, and you can get fooled on that. You can hear yourself coming back a little bit on your backscatter path if it's a real strong propagation out in front. So you'll hear your backscatter signal also, but it's got a different, much quicker delay on it, over.
Yeah, well, we used to,
V6,
we were doing some experiments with...
Hang on, I'll be right with you.
And they were taking our video feed from Santa Monica and putting it up on one of their satellites. And it come down in New York, and then they would turn around and send it back to us. And in my office, we could watch both the forward and the return path. And it was really kind of interesting because at that point, I think it was about a second delay. And so we were able to actually count the video frames, and we could see which frame was coming back. And we could, you know, calculate exactly the path length, which I thought was kind of fascinating for, you know, just a bunch of people that didn't know much about it.
Yeah, when you were going through the New York thing, was this they were hearing on HF and then playing your back on off through the satellite?
No, we were going up on 4 gigs as the standard C-band satellite. But what they did is they turned it around once it got to New York, and then they sent it back through the same satellite on a different transponder. And so we could look at the 2 transponders, and by using a Tektronix video system, we could actually see which frame we were looking at, and you could actually see the delay, and then knowing how many frames off you were, you could then take and calculate the actual distance.
Oh yeah, no, I understand that. Yeah, that you were running duplex in order to do that. and 2 different transponders. That makes it easy. The transponder does all the work, doesn't it?
Resources. You know, this is like just the fun stuff you do on a Wednesday afternoon when you're bored.
Okay, something is wrong. You've got RF feedback in there and you went completely distorted. I didn't get anything there except the last couple of words. Over.
Okay, well, who knows what that's causing. But anyway, yeah, like I said, it's just, you know, it's one of the fun things when you work for a company that basically said if you had nothing to do an experiment. And if you learn from it, great, pass it on. If you learn that it didn't work, pass that along too, so no one else will make the same mistake.
Yeah, if you can do it, you should listen to the stream. Do you have the stream turned on, or do you have to bring it up?
No, I can. I don't have it on right now, but I usually do listen to it.
Yeah, well, you can also play it back, so you could go back and listen to what happened here at the end of your transmissions. You're distorting badly. It wasn't that way in the beginning. All of a sudden, something has gone bad. Maybe it's the rain. Maybe you got a loose ground somewhere. No worries, 7-3, and we'll talk to you later. I got everything except the last little short bit, but I understand the concept. Yeah, learn it and use it, or just throw it away if it's already known. Over.
Yeah, well, I just hit the retuner on the radio to see if that straightens it out. But yeah, that was our whole thing. You know, if you learn something from it, pass along. If you learn that it didn't work, pass that along so no one else will do the same dumb thing.
Exactly. Yeah. Now you're pretty clean again, so you fixed it. So there you go. All right, 7-3 day, and there's somebody else waiting in the wings here. I hear voices. 73 WB6JNP course gold. I was hoping we would get AJ6 Papa Delta in here, Tony, but I haven't heard Tony tonight. Over.
Okay, well, hopefully he'll show up, and we'll probably catch him Wednesday. WB6JNP, course gold.
7-3. Okay, who else do we have? I hear another voice in there from the Bay Area or somewhere. Go ahead, please. Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, beaming Bay Area.
KC5 DTU 712. WFC 775.
Okay, 775 and 712. Got you, Kerry. Hang on a second, Kerry. Let me get Mike out taking care here. KB6 Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 775 and 712 K6MYC. Yeah, good evening, Mike, and Happy New Year. I don't know if we've worked you since New Year came. I think we missed 1 or 2 here, but good signal on 6 meters tonight, Mike, from Daly City, even though you've got a rainstorm in the middle of us here. KB6 WFC, go ahead, K6MYC.
K6MYC, KB6 WFC. Yes, Happy New Year again, I think. We already did that once before, but what the heck, we can keep celebrating. It's 52 degrees and off and on rain, but we had quite a bit earlier today. Even a threat of a tornado somewhere, but I don't know where in the Bay Area. But anyways, all is well. Back to you, Mike. K6MYC, KB6WFC.
Yeah, well, we had pretty good sunshine, a little patchy at times. Patchy sunshine at times, but it was pretty warm. It would have been very warm, except we had a little wind. The wind was cool, but the sun was warm. So we took a little ride down to see whether we had any water in our water storage ponds. Hi. Very little water, so we're not getting the rain that you guys are over there. 7-3, Mike, thank you. And, well, we have to do the Happy New Year thing on every band, otherwise it doesn't count. Over.
Yeah, I don't have 222. Oh, at least not yet anyways, but I got all the other ones that we got.
Well, when you get 222 in May, just before the June contest, when you get the 222 all hooked up, we can do it. And I'll wish you a Happy New Year on 222 in May, okay? confuse you?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's assuming you can get a hold of a 222 transverter between now and then. Over.
Yeah, I've been looking for one, but I was looking at the what is it, Electracraft, but most of them are all sold. They can't find anymore, and so the only one left I think is Q5, right? So that one's I don't know, still chewing on that one.
Well, microwave modules is not around anymore, but they made thousands of them. Microwave modules out of Canada made a good transverter. I have one. I think I gave it away to somebody that I wanted to get on 222. But that is one source. Q5 signal's another one. Down East Microwave was what Q5 signal used to be. So you might find something from Down East Microwave. It's the same as a Q5 signal, but they would be a used one probably from them. Anyway, there's other sources. I think there's a 222 transverter that's out of Ukraine also that's available. That puts out about 8 or 9 watts. So that's one that you could keep an eye out for. That's usually the cheapest one. Over. Are you copying me or not?
Oh yeah, no, I copied. You're light. You go come on strong and then you go light again. So I don't know. Must be the propagation.
Yes, it is. But you're Q5 all the way. I haven't missed a word. All right, 7-3, Mike. Thanks much, and we'll see you soon. Good evening to you. KB6, KD6W, KB6, Whiskey Foxtrot Charlie 7-3. Over to you, Kerry, if you're not freezing to death in the shack there. KC5D to you, 712, K6MYC.
And KW6S.
KM6. I'll get your call sign right here in a minute, Michael. Good evening.
I hear you, Tom.
The net, and no, I got the heater up and working, so I'm warm and toasty. Just been waiting for a chance to try and break in there and say hello to everyone on the net. Go ahead.
Yeah, I tried to call you 3 or 4 times over the last couple of days, and the phone wouldn't even ring. It says we don't have your number right anymore. It says this is, what is it, Verizon? Your call will not go through. You must have dialed the wrong number. Look it up again and try again. Over.
Oh, you were dialing Laura's number again. She got scammed, and people were getting into her Amazon account with her phone number. So she had a phone number change, which took that phone number out, which is why you're not getting an answer. So, but my phone number is still the same there, Michael. Go ahead.
Well, both of them did the same. I called Laura's number and yours, and they both did the same thing. Are you ending in 2 or ending in 1?
Mine ending in 2. Go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I think we've got that corrected in my phone now. Judy's corrected that, so when I call you, I get you, and I don't get Laura. Sorry about the scamming. That's a bad deal. That's been happening. The phones the last couple of days have been all goofed up. I talked to my cousin up in Seattle, and we had a third voice in there that was our AI generated. It was my cousin's voice, but she was talking about something else. AI. Over.
Yeah, roger that. Okay, well, what I'll do is I'll give you a twisted pair in the morning, and I've got a phone call that just come in here and wanted to be heard, so been heard, and won't hold up the net, especially with our chit-chat and chatter. So I'll give you a call in the morning, and we'll exchange what's been going on.
Yeah, anytime after about 9 or 9:30, fine. I'm on 40 meters before that. You can get on 40, can't you?
Should be, but normally I don't come out in the shack that early. But anyhow, I'll catch up with you on Twisted Pair. So I'm going to get on out of here and finish up on my landline here. 73 is Mike, and have a good evening. KC5DC. Can't even say my own call sign. KC5DTU with K6MYC. Go ahead, Mike.
Okay, very good, Kerry. Thank you. 7-3. Catch you in the morning after about 9:30. Probably be fine. 9:30 and on. 73 KC5DTU K6MYC. Looking for any other check-ins in the Bay Area. Oh, we should have somebody else. How about W6PQL, Bay Area? Let me see, Tom, are you still there? You came in way off axis here, but I got you. KW6S, if you're still there. K6MYC, over.
K6MYC, KW6S. Yeah, I'm still here, and I'm possibly still off axis.
Well, not very far. You're very strong. No problem copying. Anyway, good evening. You're on 6 meters. Good to work you here, over.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, I was off sorting out some stuff with a friend on 10 meters here, and just getting back. But having the live stream really helps because especially when you have the antenna, because I can tell where you're pointed. The computer I have here at my ham station, I don't have a way to get the audio out. I don't have speakers on it, so I don't have a good audio or way to get the audio out and listen in. But I can usually see where you're pointed and how that's working out. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay. 281 is where I see it pointed down. 281.8, almost 282. I think that's where I'm pointed right now. Is that what you're seeing?
That's what I see on the screen here, the 281. Yeah, I have to say I really appreciate the work Aaron has done on doing the live stream here thing. That's been a really useful thing, and I think I really underestimated it when I first got started.
Yeah, no, it should be very helpful. A lot of guys don't take advantage of all its features. Knowing where to point and where I'm pointing is a big help, and you can see that sometimes I'm very confused on where to point. Like tonight on 222, I was getting 2 and 3 peaks on signal on some stations, and I think some of the peaks were just coming from a QSB. I'd be turning across, and all of a sudden the signal would come up. I think I had a peak, and then I would wait a second, it would be gone, over.
Yeah, sometimes I notice that I've got kind of an auxiliary peak on you that's almost down to Visalia. So I've got either a different path or I've got a little bit of a pattern problem with my antenna. And I think that's on 1296. I haven't really paid that much attention, but usually when I work Bill down there, on the way back I pick you up with a secondary peak as soon as I leave Visalia.
Yeah, no, I've seen that kind of thing. I got peaks on you. I got 4 or 5 peaks on you once I go past due west, and I head on down. When I get to due south, I've got a hill, and I think when I get near that hill, I get a peak, a bounce off of it. It's 600 feet higher than I am. I'm sure it hears you better if I was up on top of that than I would if I was direct path. So I'm bouncing off the side of that hill, and I think it's much more prevalent when the hill is wet as opposed to when it's dry, over.
I think I noticed the same thing. Wet weather causes more of the reflections and stuff, and I don't think I've ever seen that as a study or documented anywhere, but it just seems that way.
Well, I think it's valid. I'm seeing it quite frequently here. and it's more prevalent on some frequencies than others, but I'm certainly seeing it on this hillside, and I don't think I'd ever noticed that before on you. You know, normally I come from Atascadero up toward you, and many times you're already talking to Bill, and I don't hear you good at all in the summer until I'm pointed pretty much right at you, but now I hear you almost from Atascadero, which is 210, all the way up, and it goes up and down, up and down, up and down as I'm seeing other bounces and reflections. Over.
Yeah. There was a station I used to work direct down there in the contest in Atascadero, Paso Robles area. Don't remember his call. I think he died here a year or so ago.
Yes, I know who you're talking about. He did pass away.
Yeah, so I know I have a path down the coast a little bit, but it's doesn't really get good till I get down to Chile. On 10 and 15 meters, I do really good into southern South America, and as I come up, I start running into more hillsides to deal with on 10 and 15.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt it. All right, well, anyway, we've beat that one to death, sort of. But it is interesting. But it is different. It seems different in the winter when it's wet. All right, 7-3, Tom. We'll see you tomorrow on 1296. I will not be able to rotate, but I should be able to hear you like I did the other night. I'm pointed almost in your direction. I may be a little bit south of you even. The antenna's stuck, and of course I can't rotate it. I'm going to try and crank the tower down tomorrow, and I may leave it down, so I may be really crappy on 1296, but maybe you can check in from somebody else, through somebody else there. Rob sometimes will hear you, and maybe anybody else that can hear me that I can hear. We'll get through one way or the other, but I don't have the rotator repaired yet. It's not a rotator, it's a broken wire. When we look up the cable to the rotator, we do not see the motor windings. It's just open. We should see 2 to 5 ohms motor winding, and we're not seeing anything. So the wire is broken halfway to the rotor. Over.
Yeah, that's always puts a stop on it when you have an open in there somewhere. Yeah, I don't think Rob and I have ever worked on 1296. I think we've worked on all the other bands, but I don't think we've made it on 1296. But I can usually catch Jim, W6PQL, and I think he can usually hear me enough that he turns his antenna here and we can get checked in okay. Otherwise, if it comes to that, I'll catch you Wednesday night on 2 meters. K6MYC, KW6S. Good night.
Yeah, well, turn the stream on. Worst case, you'll hear me on the stream, so you know what I'm doing and who I'm screaming at. I'm screaming over the stream. Over.
Yeah, I've got another computer in here. It does have speakers on it. I'll go over and turn it on.
Okay. Very good. 7-3. See you tomorrow. KW6S, K6MYC. Still looking for any check-ins in the Bay Area. W6PQL. Jim, are you here? Somebody else is here. KD6, let's see, N7, N6, NPD. Are you here, Brett? N6 BCC. W6 WRX. I'm looking for people that are in and around the Bay Area, but not right in it. WB6JNN doesn't have any 6-meter antenna up. Let's see, who else does? Jerry was on here. I had Gary. K6KLY is up on 6, but probably shut it down for the night after 220. AB6SR has some kind of mediocre 6-meter antenna, but apparently didn't hear me. And KB6BA, WA6AXX, gone forever, I guess. Until the Democrats come back into power, and if that is the case, then we'll never hear them again. I hope. I'm not getting anybody else, Rob.
Yeah, I just started to walk away from the radio.
Yeah, well, you shouldn't do that. I'm always going to turn it to you when you start to walk away. You know that. I can see you.
Yeah, you know, when I need to talk to you and I'm just being screened out, I guess I should walk away. Then I'll be able to. Haha.
I'd come right to you. Yes, sir. All right. Not very big turnout tonight on 6. I think the guys are losing interest in 6 meters.
Yeah, the count. Yeah, I come up with 20.
Okay. I'll take your word for it. I'll go in and let Judy look at it. If everything's okay, or if you have more than I have, then I'll give you a thumbs up.
Okay, sounds good.
Seems like I got something to tell you. I'll see if Judy is interested in going to the club meeting on Friday, but I may end up going just for fun. So unless you're already down there and it's inconvenient, I may want to ride in with you.
Okay, yeah, I'm going, so I'll have to see if I can't snag the wife and her car. I think Marcus needs a ride there too, so I'll give you guys both a ride.
Who?
Marcus.
Oh, Marcus. Oh, geez, way over there. That's way across town. Okay, he's out in East Clovis, isn't he?
Well, he's off of was it Willow and Perrin?
Oh, well, that's not too bad.
No, it's right on the way, pretty much. Same with you.
Okay. I've never seen his new place, so that would be interesting. All right. Let's see. Aaron's still here probably, but quiet. Something to pass on to Aaron. What was it? Well, there's certainly thanks for doing the stream. You may have heard Tom's comment. He's learning to appreciate it. A lot of guys don't appreciate how much the stream could do for them and how much more knowledge they would have about propagation if they would use the stream. It's maybe they don't want more knowledge about this flaky propagation crap over.
Yeah, well, and it's a lot to manage when you're trying to listen to both, so I can understand. But I'm glad people are taking advantage of it, especially having the antenna thing on there. Well, then on Monday nights it's really useful for the guys that don't have 220. They know when we switch over.
Yeah, I'm writing you down on my list here. Because I don't know if I got you at the beginning on 6. I don't know if I heard you at all on 6 tonight.
Yeah, I was in there right at the top, but I was helping you get on frequency. I brought your radio before the net. I brought your radio over from 40 meters, and when I put it on to 6 meters, it kept it on lower sideband. So, so it was a combination of being slightly off frequency and having to shift you to upper sideband.
Yeah, that's why it was jumping all over the place. Okay, yeah, good. Yeah, it's easier. Well, you can't do it. I have a spot. There's a button that I can push. There's a whole row of buttons above the main tuning knob that are from the high end to the low end that are programmable. I don't know how to program them. I'd like to change them because one of them is variable apparently, and it comes up on 43 megs sometimes and all kinds of weird numbers. And then there's 2 of them that are both on 10 megahertz, right on 10, right next to each other. I don't know why I've got that set up. Somehow there's a way to program it, and I've actually pushed the button wrong and probably put 10 megahertz on 2 frequencies side by side, trying to get 7 megs. No worries. One of these days I'll get Frank in here to reprogram it and get it set up right again. it's handy, but sometimes I get tangled up going to 6 by that technique. 73 all. See you tomorrow. KM6SRR and K6US, K6MYC, and anybody else that's listening. This is K6MYC, Bozo 47, in Delta Mike 07 Delta Bravo, closing the 6-meter net here on 15 January 5, 2026. Good night, all.
Yeah, good night, Mike. And just a warning about the club meeting. The subject is on your favorite digital mode, and I'm the one presenting.
Well, it won't matter. I can't see anything. I just go for camaraderie.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, we're talking about FT8 and FT4, so we'll see how that goes. But yeah, hopefully we'll see you on Friday.
Okay, well, you can tell me what FT4 is. I don't know.
So FT8 is in 15-second cycles. FT4 is in 7.5-second cycles, so it's twice as fast, but it uses more bandwidth.
Yeah, I'll be darned. Is it more or less effective?
It depends, because your signal-to-noise ratios. Technically, FT4 doesn't have as good of a signal-to-noise ratio because of how fast it is, but you can work stations twice as quick. and sometimes when the FT8 frequency is all overloaded with stations, you can switch over to FT4 and actually have a little bit of room to work people.
Oh, okay. You can't work them both at the same time, though. So if you're looking for a specific guy, he has to be either on FT8 or FT4, or does it decode either way?
Yeah, they're completely separate frequencies, and the two modes are not compatible with each other because of the different timing. So yeah, you got to pick one or the other. But yeah, sometimes you'll be on FT8 and there won't be anybody there that you want to work, and you switch over to FT4 and there's like 5 states you haven't worked. So I switch back and forth between the two.
Yeah. Okay. Well, someday I ought to try it. I just so I know how it functions and what it does and stuff. But I'm getting pretty bleary-eyed. All right. Good night, guys. I'm out of here. I'm going to go finish my dinner and try to get the fire going again. I'm sure it's burned itself out by now. Good night. Good night. K6MYC. I guess we're going to get rain tomorrow based on the rain coming all over the Bay Area, and everybody had lots of rain today. But I haven't had rain for 4 days here.
I think most of that rain is going north. I don't know, because I'm not seeing anything on the forecast. So I'm looking at the radar right now. Yeah, I think a lot of it's going to miss us here. It's kind of hitting the coast and disintegrating, which is kind of weird. But all righty, Mike, we'll catch you later, and we'll send it up to Rob. KM6SRR, K6USY. Good night.
Okay, Aaron, thanks. K6US, KM6SR, 73, Aaron. Hey, Mike, I don't know about where you are as far as the rain, but we've already had, for the whole season, which goes before the first of the year, we've had 12.1 inches of rain here.
Since when?
Since the first rain in the end of the summer.
Oh, yeah. Well, you've had twice as much as I've had. I think I'm around 6. I'm sitting here at 2 inches right now in the last 5 days.
Yeah, I think that's about what we've gotten, too. I know we came back Friday after Christmas. We got in the dark, and we could hear the creek running. The waterfall was making this noise, so that's when it started running. So usually we have to have quite a bit of rain for that to happen.
Yeah, well, we went down and looked at the pond today. The lower pond had some glistening stuff in the bottom, and the upper pond had nothing. Grass growing in the bottom. Judy was kidding with Matt, and Tyler told him that we went down and skinny dipped in the pond today, and she was making all kinds of stories about us skinny dipping, and I said, yeah, but it was really rough because there was only 2 inches of water in the pond.
Yeah, and when you got out, you got all green and everything, huh?
Yeah, green and slimy. Yeah, it was not much water. All right, see you guys.
Okay, Mike, K6MYT, KM6SR, 73.